was late night thinking about just when good friends come together, where conversations go. And so we were like, hey, dude, I got this idea called So You Think TED. What do you think about it? And I was like, with my history with TED, I was like, we have to do it. And so foolishly, we came up with a date 3 weeks away on a Saturday night between 7 and 9 p.m. o'clock, which is the worst possible time. But somehow all we ever had to say was, do you think you could TED? And we had a free venue, free food, 10 awesome speakers that were just geniuses in their own right. And we even had a request for So You Think TED in Chattanooga, Tennessee. It was just kind of something that happened, really quickly. And our event was sold out within a week of us posting it online. And then at the event, people talked about the future of museums, confirmation bias, emotional truth, and some of the talks were people had planned them out, but then the other half of them were just impromptu talks that people gave something on the spot, and everyone was raising their hand. Everyone wanted to go, but there wasn't enough time really for everyone to be heard and to be thought about. I was a tennis player. I was nationally ranked. I got as high as 120 in the country. But the thing was, I was homeschooled. I did all that, trained 6 hours a day. But I was struggling with depression inside, just because I felt like I had no friends and I was so focused in one area of my life. And when that wasn't going well, obviously I wasn't doing that well. And then I remember trying to rebrand myself and kind of get back into everything. And what I ended up doing was trying to become smart, and I started listening to TED Talks. I thought if I listened to what smart people had to say, I'd become smart. But then everything kind of changed for me, because even listening to TED Talks isn't that meaningful after a while. My school gave me the opportunity to speak at their donor banquet, and I remember being in front of the 80 or so people there, and just because I was at the top of the stage, I felt so empowered, and after that, it led to the mindset shift that I had. And because of that, I got into Ivy League school, I started a company, and which is what I'm doing right now, and I can't stress how important that was to my development. And it's not to say that, although my story was this whole idea of consuming a lot, it's not to say that consuming is a bad thing. You need to listen and you need to take stuff in so you can stand on the shoulders of giants, so you can know some Plato and Aristotle and or whatever smart people know, essentially, right? But then after a while, it's also your experience has value. I believe that everyone really has a story, and everyone should have the opportunity to share their story, because if you give a genius 18 minutes, he's going to fill it. That's what we've shown. That's what TED has shown, right? But if you give anyone that's lived a little bit of life 5 minutes to talk about something that's so impactful to them or super important to them, I would want to listen to those 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the whole motive behind it. And I think it ties to stuff that's really important to me generally, of just this whole idea that what is particularly valuable is giving everyone the opportunity to really achieve their dreams and get to the place they really are trying to get to. I got an email, and a lady told me, you know what, unlike any other networking event, if she wants to call it that, So You Think Your TED was interesting because I would talk to someone about the things they were most passionate about before I even knew what they did. Unlike saying, hi, my name is, and I'm the founder and CEO of Practice Gigs, and we're transforming the way athletes practice, like I would normally say, right?
Yeah.
She said I got to understand what they're passionate about, and because of that, when I found out what they did, I felt we were already much closer than that already.
Yeah.
I understood them on a philosophical level. I think too often in our society, we just don't have those real deep connections. And it's motivated and pushed me now to not just go into these networking events or not go into events just trying to figure out, oh, this is what someone does, this is how they can be useful, that type of stuff. But say, hey, this is what this person's passionate about. This is what's important to them. How can I leverage the things that I know and I like to connect and help them out? And then they do the same for me. Because I think that's deeper and that's scalable, and that's how really the world